Hello everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for the ThermOWeb design team, and today I'm showing you my layout for Carnival week, which is super special to me because I have a ton of Carnival photos of my kids. So I am featuring the new toner card fronts, adhesive transfers, and the stamps and die set from Deco foil. And this is our release for this week and this past week, so they should be live on the website now for you to purchase if you'd like. And I'm just starting my layout with a collection by Doodlebug, and I am just pulling out a couple of the papers from the, I believe it's the Fun at the Park collection. And I am just kind of drawing out where I want my layers to go so that I can add some mixed media to the bottom portion of this. And this is just a piece of plain white cardstock, nothing special about it. I didn't use anything heavy. It's just a normal piece of white cardstock. And I am just using my blending brush here to smooth on some of the Distress Oxide and Speckled Egg, just for my bottom part of my mixed media. And then I'm just going to splatter with some water here, which it's really hard to see that on camera. I do hold it up here in a second, but it's pretty fast. But you can kind of see that the water creates a marbly effect because the oxides and distressed inks react with water. So I'm just going to pull out a stencil from Peartree Cutfiles. It has some cute little waves and some fish on it. And I'm going to use my stencil pal to smooth on some of the Blanco gel. And I love this stencil pal. It makes everything go on super, super smooth, but I am really impatient. So I do smudge a little bit of it whenever I go to do this second one on the right side. And that's okay because my layouts are never perfect and you know, it's overly clean to begin with. I like a little bit of a grungier style to my layouts anyways, so I kind of like a little bit of chaos on my pages anyhow. So I'm going to set that aside to dry, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull out one of the toner card fronts, and I'm just going to use my blending brushes again to kind of create an ombre effect. And I'm using that same Speckled Egg Distress Oxide on the top, and then the bottom one is Distress Ink in Blue Ribbon. And then I'm also going to splatter this with water too. And I'm going to actually dry this up on the toner portion of it, on those letters there, with my paper towel so that I can kind of clean that off before I splatter it with water there. And then I'm just going to run that through my manual die cutting machine with the die that comes in the stamp set. And then I'll just have a nice clean cutout of this beautiful hello letter, or word, mind you. So I ran that through my hot laminator with a piece of the Deco foil. This is the Maker Forte foils and Snow White, I believe it's called. And while that one's running through, I am going to put that over my Blanco gel and run that one through too. So here is the finished little hello title, and then I'm just pulling out some of the Brutus Monroe adhesive transfers, and I'm going to add those to my layout as soon as this part's done. So here, this just came out of my hot laminator. I just ran that through, and it's completely dry, it's not sticky anymore, and it kept that super shiny effect from the white foil, and I absolutely love how those waves turned out. I was going to do them in blue, and then decided that I didn't want to take away from the layout too much because I wanted to make these cute little blue bubbles. So I liked that the waves stayed white. And then I'm adding these adhesive transfers by Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to make these blue using their Brutus Monroe foil as well. I believe it's called Blue Waves, which is just perfect for this layout. Scrapbooking some photos of my kids riding these cute little whales on one of the Carnival rides recently. So this I am just kind of putting inside that craft and carrier sheet because I didn't want it to stick to my clear laminating sheet. So I thought maybe with the hot laminator it might kind of reactivate some of that Blanco gel and what I've already foiled, so I didn't want that to happen. I don't think it would have. I think it would have been okay, but I just kind of added that little extra layer of protection in there just in case. So I just ran it through once with the transfer pieces on there, and then I ran it through again with the foil sheets on there. So as you can see, there is all the foiled goodness, and I'm just going to add some splatters here with those same inks and oxides that I used before, just for a little bit of dimension on that. And then I'm gonna go back in with some Nuvo sprays and also just some white gesso, just to give it, again, a little bit of dimension and texture, just to break up that mixed media so it's not so solid and perfect. So yeah, that's all I do here. It's pretty simple, just to add your splatters. I just dry them up in between with some paper towel. And then I'm gonna just kind of add this gesso in. I just put a little bit of white gesso down and I water it down with my paintbrush, and then I splatter it right on there. And then again, I dry that up too in between. So as you can see me waving my hand, I'm just gonna use my heat gun just real quick on this, just to kind of dry that and make sure that I don't smear it all up whenever I'm adding all of my embellishments and everything back on. So here's my little paper layers that are going to go across the top. I'm just using some of the Easy Tear tape on this. Super easy. This tape is really super sticky, but it's one of my favorite products from ThermOWeb to use, and it, like I said, is very sticky. So once it's down, it's down. So you don't have to worry about it going anywhere, that's for sure. So here's my little hello title. I love how that came out. I just think it looks so cute, and I'm really excited to put it up there by my photos. And my photos here, I have matted just with some smooth white cardstock. I'm pulling out some bits from the collection and some other bits that match too that I have in there. I love this little sun, and I kind of decide on my title as I'm doing this layout. So I'm gonna make my title Hello Sun and Fun. So I'm just matting my photos again with one of the other patterns in this collection. And then this black and white stripy paper is just laying on my desk. I actually had this left over from a layout I did yesterday. So it was still sitting here on my scraps beside my paper cutter. So I thought that would look so cute and just go perfectly with this layout. So I just cut a couple little pieces of that down and distressed those edges, and I'm just gonna pop those behind my photos. I think it just looks perfect. It added the perfect little touch that I needed around my photos and those layers. And I love that. I love how things work out perfectly like that sometimes. And you just kind of have things sitting here on your desk and can pull those things, and they just come together perfectly and so easily for the layout that you're working on. So here I've just pulled out one of the tags from the collection. I'm just using a border punch on it, and then I'm going to put some embroidery floss in there for the top. And then I love that little Ticket to Ride thing. I'm going to use that little die cut right over there somewhere. I move it around a little bit. I thought about using it on the bottom for kind of like another bubble, but I didn't want to take away from that mixed media. So I kind of parked it up there, and that's kind of where it stays in the general area anyways. Again, just using some more of the Easy Tear tape. You can see my pregnancy belly coming in the shot there, sorry. I am 30 weeks now at this point, probably be like 32 weeks or so whenever you guys see this video. So yeah, baby is coming along nicely and still cooking in there, but I can no longer hide my belly out of my shots whenever I'm filming standing up. So it just jumps into the screen and it's there, and that's okay. So here I just pulled out some of my letters from my stash. I'm adding this cute little heart from the collection. I just love it. And I love that title. I love how it came out. And then I'm pulling out the big, huge foam roll to add some dimension to my title because I wanted that to be popped up a little bit. So I just cut that foam down into little pieces and adhered that right down. Then I'm going to go through these die cuts and kind of see what else I can put on this page. And I'm going to pull out some of the stickers and just kind of finish this up. So I think you've seen pretty much all of the techniques that I've done. So I'm just going to pop some music in here while I finish up embellishing this, and then I'll pop in again at the end. So here is the finished layout. I will link everything down below for you in case you want to purchase anything. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and feel free to subscribe and stop back for more. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.